What's going on, internet? I am the Masked Man, and today I have another viewer question. Now this gentleman sends me so much questions. He's damn near a part of what I do. So I don't know how many more times I should mention him. I maybe should ask him. He's damn near should be in like credits now for how consistent he's been. But Samuel Wilder sent me another question, and I am obligated to answer it. Okay, here we go. Um, on another subject, I was thinking about black consumerism. Why are most black people so fixated on any name brand products that come out? Can we identify quality even if it is not by a big company using celebs to push their products? Now, this man, who I believe to be a black man, asked me, why do black people care so much about name brand products? I'm like, I'm a broke nigga from Shreveport, Louisiana. That's a hard ass question, for me to answer. But I'm gonna try to answer it, and I'm gonna try to keep this video like under 30 minutes. Um, I believe that black people value name brand products because we have this thing where we feel so impoverished that we want to have like the feeling of wealth. So so when we see like name brands, this certainly goes with clothes. Like, you'll see the brokest people in the hood always got Jordans on. Always got Jordans. Always have these big, expensive phones. But they're poor. But they want to have the illusion of wealth. So because we've been poor for so long, because we've never gotten our 40 acres and a mule, we are very attracted to symbols of wealth. So name brand this, name brand that. It's a status symbol. It's something to make us feel better about the condition that we're in. Makes us feel better than other black folks who can't afford those type of things. It's a status symbol. So that's what I believe, a lot of that comes from. But and another thing is it's kind of like psychological manipulation. We've been enslaved. Then we had Jim Crow. Then we had civil rights. We've had a lot of time to be psychologically manipulated, and we are the biggest consumers. We are the biggest consumers in America. We consume more products. We buy more shit than anybody else in the country, possibly anybody else in the world. We are the biggest spenders because we're trying to deal with the poverty. But we are not investors. We are spenders, but we don't invest. We don't try to find out how we can use our dollars to change the circumstances that we're in nationally, from a local level to a state level to a national level to an international level. We're not looking at the world from that perspective. We're only seeing that, man, we got to get the most out of life before it ends. And it's not a good way to be. So that I guess would be the why. We spend so much on name brand because we are so poor. Everybody always talks about, white people and how white people dress when they're really wealthy. How Mark Zuckerberg or Bill Gates, how they dress and they have billions of dollars. Well, they care so little about how they're perceived because they have so much wealth. We care how much we're perceived because we are so poor. We know we don't have much, so we must look like we have it. And I don't believe there's anything wrong with the black style. I don't feel that black people should be like white people, or black people should try to imitate rich white people, that we should be dressing down and not caring about our clothes. We should just understand our expenses and how we shouldn't put all of our money in the nigger trinkets, as Tariq would say. We shouldn't put all our money in the nigger trinkets. We should look at what we have to spend. We got a certain amount for staying fly, and we got a bigger amount for investing in education. And education is a word that I'm going to explore. I'm going to figure out what that word means. But when I say education, I just mean bettering yourself and putting yourself making yourself psychologically, mentally, physically better to attack the world differently, to conquer the world. You're supposed to be a conqueror. You know, you're supposed to look at this world and find a place for yourself and conquer and take over and dominate. You're not supposed to be nothing less. You're supposed to make this world in your own image. And black people don't have that kind of vision, collectively, that they want to conquer. We just want to survive. And because we have a survivor's mentality, we just want to get by. I can tell you, for me, I'm a big fat man. You're gonna see how fat I am soon. If my camera works and everything shows that, you're gonna see how fat I am. But the reason I eat so much and I consume so much food is because I feel like tomorrow I may not have no money. This whole shit may fall apart. So I gotta eat as much as I can today, because there may not be another meal coming. And I feel like this every day because I'm poor and there's not any stability. When you don't have a life of stability, it makes you do irrational shit. It makes you do irrational behavior when you have a very unstable life where there may not be food on the table tomorrow. So food has always been, my thing. I've all, because as I got older and the situation got worse, I got more and more, paranoid about food. I'm still paranoid because I'm still broke. I'm broker than I've ever been before. But, I try to work it out, and I'm trying to do different shit. So I believe that black overconsumption just comes from a sense of poverty, a lack of education, a lack of training, a lack of community. It's not for nothing. It's not just bad black people. It took a system to make us so fucked up and to keep us so fucked up. Now, what can be done about it? People who are qualified to educate have to take pockets of people who are willing to learn and run with it. There should be people who are qualified to educate, people who have been successful in their lives, people who have their shit together, and they should train people and show them the way and let them loose. But I believe that's a complicated issue. A lot of people feel that, it should be free. Some people feel that there should be some payment. I don't know how it should work out exactly, but that really wasn't the question. The question was consumerism and why do we consume? I think our consumption has to do with our poverty, and what we have to realize and what we have to think about is we have to think about what can we do to make ourselves less impoverished and stop just focusing on looking good to other people who don't really care about us, and understanding that sometimes and one other thing, a name brand is not always a bad thing. It's not always something to be tossed aside, because You build a brand by being consistent, by consistently delivering a product of a certain quality. That's how you get a brand that's worth something. We shouldn't be running away from brands or shitting on brands. Now, if it's a $300 pair of shoes and you can't really afford to eat, that's one thing. But if it's Clorox or Gain or Tide detergent, you should be able to afford Gain detergent and Clorox. You know, bleach is bleach, but you should be able to afford name brand detergent. I don't see any reason why you can't buy name brand detergent. I don't like people who are the other way, the nickel and dimers, people who are overly obsessed with always getting some kind of knockoff bullshit brand because they never want to pay full price. I hate them motherfuckers a little bit more because I got people like that in my family, nickel and dimers, who never want to pay full price, who never want to buy something at the actual value. Why can't you just pay what it costs? Why can't you just pay $1 more for the good shit? So I don't like people who run away from brands and act like a brand hasn't earned its reputation, hasn't earned its spot. If we wanna become people who are business people, who are taken seriously on the global stage, we got to respect other people's brand. This Maskman channel, that's a brand. But what if nobody cares about somebody who's trying to speak reality? Nobody cares about that, and I'll just get the knockoff. I'll just get the Maskman who does the jokes and who's nicer and who don't curse. I get the knockoff Maskman. I don't need the real one. I'll take the fake one. We can't be all into being, knockoffs and not getting the original. We should get to a point where we can afford to buy and we can afford to discriminate between good and bad. We can discern quality. We know when your brand is just a name that's propped up because of money and a clever marketing scheme, and when your brand is earned its spot, is solidified, it's something good, it's something worthy. So brand is very important, and brand is a thing that I need to really work on and I need to understand. But that's what I got for you. I don't want to keep you too long. Since I got out of the mental institution, I've been kind of skittish on doing long videos. It's hard for me to feel comfortable, but I feel this is enough for you to work on. This is enough for you to work with. Appreciate you, Sam, for hooking me up with another question. Let me know what you think about it. To any of you, if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comments section. Rate the video, like it, dislike it, be honest. Subscribe to my channel to keep up with the videos that I'm making. If you have a question for me, if you want me to answer something, you can email me at TheMrMaskman@gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter or find me on Facebook at TheMrMaskman. That is all I have to say about this subject. So I will see you in the next video.